What's the hidden psychology behind Donald Trump's makeup? One photographer has the controversial opinion that the more he goes bronze, the farther he is from the gold. Donald Trump has long drawn commentary for his orange-looking skin, and even one of his former aides has said he wears makeup. However, it's pretty clear that the amount of bronzer the three-time presidential candidate wears has changed over time, and as photographer Emily Keegan mused on Instagram, that may have something to do with his confidence levels. In a series of Instagram stories saved to a highlight titled Bronze, Keegan painstakingly compared pictures of Trump over the years, pointing out that he hasn't always been quite as orange as he is today. In particular, the photographer noted that it seemed to be around election time that his hue deepened significantly. Keegan then pointed out that the beginnings of Trump's signature orange look lay in the early aughts. It was during that time that Trump became the star of The Apprentice. Keegan then mused that Trump's habit of overdoing his makeup was likely linked to his insecurities. And that's where her commentary took a very interesting turn. She wrote, "The presence of an exaggerated mask implies an ego in utter despair, desperately trying to hide and overcompensate for perceived weaknesses." In light of that, she pointed out that his skin post-Madison Square Garden rally was darker than ever, concluding, "Looking at this picture, I can say with absolute certainty, Trump thinks he's losing." There's certainly a possibility Keegan was onto something there. While Trump's makeup is pretty hard to ignore, it's worth mentioning that he's never actually copped to using it. In fact, it seems he's actually tried to hide it from makeup artists in the past as well. That became clear when Jason Kelly told The Washington Post that Trump hinted behind the scenes at the 2016 Republican National Convention that he didn't need much makeup. According to the makeup artist, Trump came in and said he already thinks he looks pretty good when Kelly tried to touch up his makeup.
And I said, "No way!"
Suffice it to say, Kelly disagreed. In fact, the makeup pro told the outlet that every time Trump is seen with his signature glow, it's obvious, saying, "I see a line of oxidized bronzer around his hairline." The closest we've come to an admission about Trump's makeup is a line from an anonymous insider who revealed to the New York Times that the 45th president applied his own translucent powder. That's pretty par for the course when there are cameras around, but as for the translucent part, we're not so sure. Whether Trump's penchant for bronzer is simply a preference or hints at his inner lack of confidence regarding the election outcomes, one thing that is almost guaranteed is that the Apprentice star isn't going to talk about it. However, Emily Keegan's theory certainly is an interesting one, and based on the amount of detail that went into it, not entirely implausible either. As she pointed out, Trump's makeup seems to get darker in October heading into elections, and that certainly seems to be the case this year, at the very least.